Next basic primitives is null. Null is normally used for rigging for parenting purpose. Inside this attribute manager, you can see basics options are same, coordinate systems are same, but you can see the change inside object option. So I just explain object option in detail. Right now we just see this null as a dot, but when I click over here and say I just want to see as a circle, so you can see the small circle over here. You can change the radius of the circle, aspect ratio, and orientation to camera, or XY, ZY, or XZ. I can keep it as a camera. Next thing, I can go with the pentagon, cube, or diamond shape. There are different type of shapes available inside null option, and you can use it mostly for rigging purpose or for parenting purpose. Next primitive is cone. Okay, you can see the basic shape of cone over here. You can see basic properties are same, coordinate systems are same. The changes between this object, cap, and slice form again the same thing as a cube. So I just explain this object, cap, and slice option. I click on this object option. I just change the top radius like this. You can see it's changing its top radius, a bottom radius, height of the cone, height segment. I have to see lines. I can change it like this, and you can change the rotation segments like this. For orientation, you can switch to any other axis. I rotate that to see the top part of this cone, so I can see cap easily. I can click on this cap. I want to see that caps, so just click over here, and you can remove the caps from top and bottom. And to increase the cap segment, I can very easily increase the cap segment. I can keep top on or off like this, or bottom on or off. This way you can see the smoothness of the cone very easily. You can change the radius of that smoothness using these parameters. Next thing is a slice. I can cut this cone like this using this option. You can see I cutted that cone in different parameters. You can change the grid size over here using this option. Next primitive is cylinder. Again, basic coordinate systems are same, only change it inside this object, cap, and slice. So I click on this object option. I can change the radius of this cylinder, height of this cylinder, height segment of this cylinder, and rotation segment of this cylinder. I can change the orientation of this cylinder by using these properties. For the cap modification, I can click on this caps option. I can remove this cap. I can change the cap segment like this, or I can add a fillet to the corner of this cylinder, and I change the radius of this fillet as per as my requirements. The next thing is a slice. I can cut this cylinder in different way by using this slice option. Next primitive is disc. Object, you can change the inner radius and outer radius. You can add a segment in that disc object and rotation segment in that disc object. Again, you can change the orientation according to your need of that disc object. Slice, you can slice it like this to create better model. Next is plane. Same like a disc, is a flat one. You can change the width, you can change the height. Again, a width segment. For see the segment, you have to go to the shading option, lines option. Then after you can see the segment of that object and the rotation or orientation of that object. Next is polygon. It's either come as a square or a triangle. You can change the width of this polygon option and a segment of this polygon option, triangle or square, and the orientation of this object like this. Next one is sphere. You can change the radius of this sphere, segment of this sphere, different type of spheres options available over here: tetrahedron, hexahedron, octahedron, and hemisphere. This way you can manipulate the property of sphere. Next is torus. Inside object, I can change the ring radius, ring segments, pipe radius, and pipe segments. X, Z, Z minus, like this. You can slice this object using slice command from and to, like this. Next one is a capsule. You can change the radius of this capsule, height of this capsule, height segment of this capsule, you can't see the segment without clicking this lines option. You can see I can manipulating the cap segment of that capsule. Again, you can slice it as per your need, from and to. Next one is oil tank. Again, you can change the radius of this oil tank, height of this oil tank, height segment of this oil tank, cap segment of this oil tank, rotation segment of this oil tank, and change to X, Y or Z.